Everyone of us knows that I am dealing with the fundamental rights and fundamental duties in the series of our constitution. So I am coming with one more episode of fundamental rights and fundamental duties, which is as follows. The suspension of fundamental rights during proclamation of emergency. The fundamental rights guaranteed by the constitution will remain suspended while the proclamation of emergency is made by the president under Article 352. The effect of such proclamation in this behalf is twofold. As soon as a proclamation of emergency is made, the state shall be freed from the limitations imposed by Article 19. This means that the legislature shall be competent to make any law and the executive shall be at liberty to take any action, even though it contravenes or restricts the right of freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence, profession, and occupation. So far as these rights are concerned, the citizen shall thus have no protection against the executive or legislative authorities during the operation of the proclamation of emergency. The enlargement of the power of the state under Article 358 will continue only so long as the proclamation itself remains in operation. Article 19 will revive as soon as the proclamation expires, but the citizen shall have no remedy for acts done against him during the period of proclamation in violation of the above rights. The other consequence depends upon the issue of a further order by the president where the proclamation of emergency is in operation. The president may be ordered declare that the right to move a court for the enforcement of any fundamental rights shall remain suspended for the period during which the proclamation remains in force. Article 359. In such a case, however, the right to move the courts would be revived after the proclamation ceases to be in force or earlier, if so specified in the president's order. In other words, if such an order is issued, the Supreme Court and the High Court shall be powerless to issue the prerogative writs or to make any other order for the enforcement of any fundamental rights, including those which are conferred by the article other than Article 19, with the exception of those conferred by Article 20 and 21. This order of the president, however, shall not be final. Such order shall, as soon as may be after it is made, be laid before each house of parliament, and it will be within the competence of parliament to disapprove it. The 44th Amendment Act 1978 has further provided that a law or executive order will be shielded under Article 358 and 359 only if the law in question contains a recital to the effect that it has been made in relation to the proclamation of emergency and the executive order has been issued under such law. Secondly, Article 20 to 21 cannot be suspended by any order under Article 359. As the Constitution stands today, two other matters must be mentioned which limit the operation of fundamental rights as they were devised in the 1949 Constitution and are not confined to times of emergency but operate even in normal times. These are the exceptions to fundamental rights and the fundamental duties. Article 31A to 31D, introduced by successive amendments, constitute exceptions to the application of fundamental rights wholly or partially. Of these, Article 31D had subsequently been repealed by the 43rd Amendment Act 1977. The fundamental duties are 10 in numbers, incorporated in Article 51A Part 4A, which has been inserted by the 42nd Amendment Act 1976 under this article. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to abide by the Constitution and respect the national flag and national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom, to protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, to defend the country, to promote the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the peoples of India, to preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the national environment, to develop the scientific temper and spirit of inquiry, to safeguard public property, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity. This is all about today's part of fundamental rights and fundamental duties. Thanks, regards.